A meteorite damages the James Webb Telescope. Welcome to a new documentary. If it is the first time, I introduce myself. I am the engineer Hiddekel Morrison and I appreciate you decide to see this educational content. Let's learn about the impact and damage caused by a meteorite that has collided with the most advanced, technological and modern instrument for space observation, the James Webb Telescope. Let's start this new scientific and technological documentary from the perspective of an engineer. Let's start. The dark and apparently inert space where the James Webb Space Telescope is located, in a solar orbit at a distance of approximately 1.6 million km from our planet Earth, is full of objects that move at significant speeds, and that when colliding they can give off a lot of energy when colliding with another object. That is why in the months that the James Webb has been in space it has been hit 5 times, the most recent impact, the 5th, being the most significant. Although the James Webb Space Telescope has an open and therefore highly exposed design, its mirrors are not protected by the type of tubular baffle seen in other space telescopes, such as the famous Hubble Space Telescope. In the case of the James Webb, the reflectors are located behind a gigantic sun shield that allows it to maintain cold and stable temperatures, necessary to detect infrared light. That is why this recent impact generated damage to the telescope, as we will see below. But first, I ask you to support us by liking this video, sharing this video with your contacts, and subscribing to this channel, turning on notifications, so with your support, we can continue to frequently generate interesting documentaries on aerospace technology and the universe. Thank you for contributing to the creation of educational content. A meteorite is an object that has come from another part of space and that in its displacement can collide with a planet, moon, satellite or a space telescope. It has generated legitimate international concern, the statement from the United States Space Agency, NASA, where it is reported that a meteorite impact the $10 billion orbiting observatory, the James Webb Space Telescope, in a tragic event understood to have occurred between May 23 and 25, 2022. Damaging the mirror segment known as C3, one of 18 mirrors of beryllium gold that make up the telescope's 6.5 meters wide primary reflector. That mirror suffered the impact of a rocky particle, which due to its size is known as a micrometeorite. A small meteorite. Micrometeorites or micrometeoroids are rocks the approximate size of grains of sand, although NASA says that it does not know how big the rock was that hit the telescope this time. A small fragment of rock that, despite its reduced size, its strong impact on the main mirror of the new James Webb Space Telescope generated damage, producing a noticeable effect on the instrument data. The James Webb Mission Engineering team is adjusting the damaged mirror to compensate for the damage, although it will not be possible to completely cancel the effect, which means that the damage is permanent, but does not affect the ability to adjust an interpretation of the data that will be obtained with this hopeful and revolutionary mission. Despite everything, NASA is optimistic, aware that events like this were possible and will continue to occur in all likelihood, highlighting in its official statement that this impact will not limit the overall performance of the mission. The technology of materials and robotic components with which the James Webb was built is designed to take hits as well as dodge them. The telescope has some maneuverability to put its instruments out of harm's way if it encounters a cloud of dust, sand, or other such threats. Or at least you can do it when you see them coming, which has not been the case. Well, this recent damaging impact came undetected. We are just a few weeks away from receiving the first and long-awaited images of this telescope, the first of its operational life, which are planned according to what is reported by NASA for July 12, 2022. Currently, the James Webb is collecting observations of the near and distant universe, to demonstrate its capabilities. In the longer term, scientists plan to use Webb to try to see the first stars that lit up the cosmos more than 13.5 billion years ago. The great sensitivity and capacity of the James Webb Telescope will also be used to study the atmospheres of distant planets to see if these worlds could be habitable or inhabited. The James Webb was launched in December 2021 to replace the revolutionary, but already aging, Hubble Space Telescope. We will remain vigilant and hope that no other event affects this iconic work of engineering, science and technology. I look forward to your reflections in the comments of this video. As usual, we appreciate you informing us. It is a real pleasure to be able to provide you with the main news, trends and developments about the most important aspects of aerospace technology and the universe, from the perspective of an engineer. I am the engineer Hiddekel Morrison, and I invite you to meet again in a future installment.